Hello guys, today I would like to show you how can we protect our PBX server from the hacker trials or SIB trial guessing attacks. So today I have an Elastix server. It is Elastix 2.5 distribution. Today I will install a Fail2ban package on that server and try to simulate the attacking and make sure that all our stuff is gonna be fine. So right now this is my server. As you see, it is 64-bit. As you see, Elastix 2.3 or 2.5 is going to be using CentOS 5 distributions. So right now I have PBX with no IP tables, no security. This is fresh PBX, and we need to secure that PBX so that the hackers from the outside of the network, if they did guessing trials of my SIP users, I would like to block them based on my actions. Right? So to install the Fail2ban, it is so simple in Elastix. By the way, Elastix don't have the Fail2ban package by default. So you have to install it using YAML. And fortunately, it's existed in the repository of Elastix. And it's gonna be fine and easy when we install it using YAML. So I'm gonna installing. Alright, so we have the Fail2ban. The package is already installed. And now let's start the package. Right, so as you see, etc initdiff Fail2ban status, then we restart it using restart command, right? So after we restart the Fail2ban, we just do iptables -h so that we can verify what's going on. So this is this is the Fail2ban that's working, and as we see, there is only one chain that's gonna protect my server, right? So by default, as I mentioned, Elastix don't have the package that's called Fail2ban, and once you install the Fail2ban package, by default, it's not gonna protect your server until you do the right configuration. Okay, so before I get started, I would like to mention that Fail2ban by default, or in nature, it depends on the log files, right? So it's some tool that looking at the log files of Elastix is asterisk, right? And if it found a suspicious connections, suspicious attack, somebody's guessing your password, it will grab that IP address and put it in the IP tables with the rule drop. Okay? So, as soon as depend on the log files, we have to make sure that asterisk or Elastix is already producing or giving out the log files and the statistics of the server. So, the most important files that we're gonna check on are etc asterisk logger general additional.conf, right? So I'm gonna check. As you see, we have many formats right there. We have the date format, and append host name, qlog, and rotate strategy is equal to rotate. So all we have is this formatting. This date format should be as that format, because if we change the formatting, Fail2ban may not recognize the log files, and as a result, no hackers will be denied, or the connection of the hacker will stay working on your server, right? So this is the first thing that you gotta check in your log files. The second file you gotta check etc asterisk logger log files additional.com, and as you see I'm gonna check right there. I would like to have the full that contain the debug error notice verbose warning. So let me give you a quick explanation about two directives. So the full, this full, it is for the file var log asterisk full, right? As you see, this file will be containing the logs of the asterisk and the statistic of the asterisk that will be recorded in a file. So this is the main log file on asterisk, and it is so important to be having all the options as I mentioned right here: debug, error, notice, verbose, warning, right? There is another thing which is called the console. The console is something when you type asterisk minus rvvv, right? This is the console. So from that file above, right, you can control which should be hit here. As you see, I have many logs right here, right? As you see, this is notice, and this is a normal call that's being processed. So again, as I mentioned, the two files that you gotta check before you go and hit the next step are those files I just showed you. And again, fortunately, Elastix do enable those two files. So again, you don't have to play anything as long as you have Elastix without any modifications, right? So again, those two files by default is doing the purpose of Fail2ban, but I just explained them in case you have somebody maybe changed or played with some file in your server. So again, once you make sure that those files are fine, and we just installed the Fail2ban package, we just have to go to the jail.com file, which is the main file of Fail2ban. So the file location is etc fail2ban jail.com, right? This is the extension that you gotta check right here. Alright, this is the file of configuration of your Fail2ban. As you see, those are the chains, right? So Fail2ban is not only for the SIB, it's not only for the SSH, it's something general. You can protect your server, web server, you can protect your Nagios server, you can protect your FTP, TFTP, all of you can say most of your services can be protected using Fail2ban. But in this video, I'm just focusing on the SSH and the SIB, right? I'm just focusing on the SSH and the SIB. So now I'm gonna create a rule that's for SIB that will monitor the file which I just show you, var log asterisk full, right? We just made sure that the server is already sending the logs and the statistics to that location, and now I'm gonna add this chain in that server, and I name it asterisk dash IB tables. By the way, you can change the name to anything other, it's up to you, as you see. Alright, so as you see, this is the name of the chain. Enable should be true, the filter will be asterisk. This is the action. What will I do with the hacker or the hacker IP if that hacker did the violation? So as you see, the protocol equal to all. What does that mean? If the hacker tried to guess my passwords and it detected by my Fail2ban, it's gonna protect all the protocols from that IP address. So as an example, the hacker is trying to guess my passwords. It's using port 5060, which is the default port for the SIB, and suddenly it was detected by my firewall or my Fail2ban. So the Fail2ban will block all the connection, HTTP, ping, ICMP, SSH, everything from hacker will be closed suddenly if the violation occurred. We can change to something other, like block the port. So if somebody tried to crack my server, I just say, if the violation occurred, hey, I don't want to block all the ports. I would like to just block the port 5060, right? And UDP. So you have the option. You have the two option. And from my perspective, from my experience, I would like to put that action on high priority, and would like to identify that as a big threat. So I will block all the connections on the IP address. And this is an option. You can also send an email to your email if this occurred. This is just something, it's up to you. If you want to set up that email, it's up to you. But for me, it's not something important. And this is the default path that I just showed you right here. var log asterisk full. All right, as we see, there are many users or many hackers that are trying to guess my password. Later, all of them will be blocked, right? All right, so I'm gonna create a chain. This chain will be dedicated for the SIP. So I go etc fail2ban jail.com, and right there I'm gonna add this chain. Alright, once we do that, I will go etc and restart the service. Alright, what we have done, I did -L. Great. So now we have two chain for the SSH and running, and there's another chain for the SIP, which is called fail2ban-asterisk that I just created right here. If you look at the name, you'll find fail2ban is already added, and this is my chain. This is my real name that added in the IP tables. So by default, fail2ban will just add that name, which is fail2ban dash your name that you put here. Alright, so just put it in consideration. Alright, so now I'm gonna go to my console, and I will go to remote IP address, and from that remote IP address I will try to do a hacking, right? So this is my remote server. This is a remote server, which is so this is a remote server, and I will try to hack, or I will try to do guessing of my passwords of my SIP many times. By the way, I have forgotten to mention something important. We have two values. We have max retry equal to 4, and we have the ban time 86400. So what does that mean? The ban time is just the time that the hacker IP will be banned after he do the violation. The maximum retry equal to 4. This is how many times before the hacker will be put in the IP tables of blocking tables. So let's go back to the console, and I'm gonna go right here and click on register, right? As you see, there's the trial number 1, right? I will go back, register. This is the trial number 2. Let's go back. This is the trial number 3, and this is the last one, register. And this is the trial number 4. Again, as you see, there is no trial number 5. Now, if we go back to IP tables, oh, minus n, you can say minus n, minus v. Great. As you see, those are the hackers that were just blocked after we started the Fail2ban asterisk. So as you see, we already blocked that source IP address, we blocked that, and that, and that. And this is a pretty beautiful. So this is the Fail2ban configuration in a nutshell. There might some other configuration that you can check. Let's say that some of your trusted IPs that you want to exclude them from the Fail2ban, and if they do a lot of mistakes, if they do a lot of trials to your server, you're gonna ignore that. So it's something like if you have some phones in your home and you maybe by mistake to configure one of them by mistake, so it's not logical to block your IP address in your home, right? So there is an option that's called ignore IP. If you add that option in your under the chain, right? I will go back to my jail file, etc fail2ban jail.conf, and I'm gonna scroll down. We can add that line right here. Ignore the IP address of that range. You can add a single IP or subnet as well. If that option was added, that range, whatever they do wrong trials, they will not be blocked by the Fail2ban. This line already explained. If you wanna all or some protocol, let's say sometimes you blocked yourself by mistake and you wanna remove your IP address from the blocking. So the first thing that you gotta do is IP tables -l, right, -n -v. You gotta estimate the IP that you gotta remove. So I would like to remove that IP address, right? So there is a tool which is called Fail2ban client. This is a pretty cool tool that can help you how to control your Fail2ban. If you want to remove, you want to add a specific IP address in your Fail2ban and block them, all of those options are available in this tool. So if you do Fail2ban client status, it will give you the current chain that you have, the SSH and the asterisk IP table that I just added right here. This is the chain that I have added, and the SSH as well is working by default. So you can say, you can check now, you can say status, then the chain, it will give you more details about this chain. Alright, in this chain, it's monitoring that file, and under this chain, you have all of those IP address blocked, currently banned. Okay, So if you want to unban, you just copy that IP and say Fail2ban client set Fail2ban name, unban the IP address that you gotta unban, like that. Copy. And now let's do again. We don't see 163.172. This is not in the ban table. Also, I have forgotten to make something. Check config Fail2ban on so that it works automatically if you do reboot to your server. Let's check now again. IP tables -L -N -V. As you see, those are the IP address that were blocked in this video. So as you see, I can remove the rules of the Fail2ban from the IP tables, not from the Fail2ban client. But the problem is, if you worked with the IP tables and restarted the Fail2ban service, all IP will come back. So say that I have removed that IP address from the IP tables rules and restarted Fail2ban again, that IP address will come back to your Fail2ban setting. So the best choice is only using directly the Fail2ban client tool. The Fail2ban client tool, which is Fail2ban-client, will help you to figure out what you're gonna do. I think we have just reached the end of this video. I hope this video has been informative for you, and thank you for viewing. Thank you so much.